Aquascape. I don't know what it is. It was just me. But it seems like every time I Aquascape, it changes completely. Hey, what's up guys? Brian here. Welcome back to another episode of Sawfish TV. Today, we're going to be looking at the scape. Scape. Alright guys, so the type of rock that I chose, I actually got this off of eBay. This is your typical Florida base rock, or your calcium argonite carbonate rock. You know what I mean. You know, from a quarry kind of thing. Limestone, whatever. Anyway, and then I also, it's already in here, but I don't want to mess it up right now. I actually went and got some Marco's rock, shelf rock. I got 15 pounds of that, but I think they sent me a little bit extra. So that's pretty cool. I got it off BRS, or bulk resupply, because I wanted to have some really nice flat shelves, because in the past tanks that I've had, I found it really difficult to try and glue corals down on the rough surfaces or the uneven surfaces, and especially with the SPS, it should allow it to encrust easier, so to speak. Let's look at it. Like I said in the intro video, I got a little bit ahead of myself. It's not very stable. It's also not very wise to do this while it's in the tank, because it could collapse, damage the tank. But let's take a look. Alright, get you a side view. So I'm only using 3 base rocks in there for the foundation. And then the rest is the Marco rock, shelf rock. What's really nice about the Marco rock is it's man-made, so it won't affect the environment, or the reef environment, more importantly. I think this would be a really nice scape, excuse me, for especially, our SPS. So what I'm thinking about is with this rock up here, I will use my putty and putty it right there in that connection point, and then remove this rock once it dries. And I'm thinking about even swinging this one out a little bit more to the front, like rotate it out a little bit more. That way there will be more area, I guess, because I'm thinking about putting the overflow box back here in this corner and then having the return come back out in this back right corner. And then also with these rocks, it's kind of a pile. It's like 3 different rocks, but as I make it more secure so it won't fall or anything, I'm going to bring this out as well more, because it's kind of like all on top of each other right here. I think it'll be a nice foundation. See how nice and flat that is. That's what I mainly wanted, especially with this shelf rock. And it seems like Marco rock is the only one that really has these nice flat edges, unless you decide to grind some down yourself. But I think it's really well made. And then I'll be using this putty stick to get everything connected, and so we won't have any rock avalanches in the future as well. I think this is going to work out really nice. What do you guys think? It's got some nice flow through in these areas, channels where the water can just come right through. That's most important. You want to make sure that you can have good flow throughout your rock. Don't want any dead zones. Don't want the detritus building up, etc., etc. Well guys, I think it's time to start solidifying our rockscape. So with this, we'll take some off, we'll pinch it, roll it up, mix it like in our hand, kind of like in a ball, so to speak, and get it nice and warm so that we can make it more malleable and easier to work with. Alright, so here's our putty. You get it out of the tube. Well, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Ugh. That's gross stuff, man. Alright. So what we're going to do, it's kind of wrapped in plastic. Kind of like a fruit roll-up, but don't eat it. Just want to get a little bit, pinch off the top. This stuff will dry out kind of quick. Always good. Put your cap back on. So we got this. This is what I meant by, now we'll mix it. It's kind of like a two-part in there a little bit. Oh, it smells so bad. Ugh, I hate the smell of this putty. So gross. Alright. You want to keep mixing it until it's like a nice gray color and you don't see the light part anymore. So you know you mixed it. Ugh. Stinky, sticky, poopy. Oh yeah, make sure you're wearing gloves. Forgot to point that important detail out, so make sure you wear gloves when you're doing this. Alright, so we got a nice gray color. Nice uniform grayish color, blackish gray, or whatever you want to call it. It smells so bad. Alright, and then you'll just place this where you want on the rock and where you want them to stick. So I'm kind of building this from the top down. You can also use super glue when aquascaping. I just had this laying around. May as well put it to use, right? Mix it, mix it. Alright. Well, that would be a good idea to build from the top down, but I don't think so. Alright then. Prime example. Busting up the tank already. Oh man, I'm new. I don't know what to do. I forget how I have this. Let's go this way. I want to make sure you have a good connection in there. Squeeze it in there, push it down, mold it to the rock so you know it's a secure connection. That should be right. feel like I swapped it around a little bit. Cut and paste, baby. So, thinking once that putty dries, I should be able to slip that rock out, and I put some more putty up in there to brace it, or like weld it in there, so to speak. It's kind of just floating there, but we'll see once it dries and cures if it'll stay or if it needs to rock. Because I think that'll look really neat, kind of floating there. So yeah, so this side's all done. Got the putty there, putty in there, putty up in there, which is under there. Essentially like JB Weld for the Reef. Alright, let's build this side. What do you guys think so far? It's coming together. So, I made a little boo-boo. I didn't put my puzzle back together the way it should have. So now we got some slight variations to our scape. Still has some areas for the flow to get under as we move up. So I did rotate this one a little more out, but also went a little in with it. I don't think that looks too bad. I just didn't want it right up against the glass, and wanted to make sure that the corals get enough light as well. So slight variations. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. I'm okay with it. I improvised, and I did okay with it. A little bit of a higher shelf like on the ends, and then all this is flat. It's gonna work. Got a lot of space for corals. Cool thing about this 40 breeder is that it's nice and wide, so you can have a little bit wider scape. So corals can go all up in there, and all up in here, and all up in there, and all up in there, and all up in there. I think I did alright improvising after messing up my puzzle. That's okay though. I think it still looks pretty good. Nice areas, you know, for fish to swim through if they feel like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did you like the original version, or do you like the new version? I know where I messed up. This rock was supposed to be more to the right on the base rock, so it's kind of like on its own island type. Instead I connected it to this rock down here. But I mean, it still works. It still works, and it's off the glass. That's the main thing when you're scaping. You want to make sure you keep your, well, I make sure I keep my scape off the glass. That way I can clean the glass a lot easier. I can definitely get a flipper cleaner back in there. Even my hand if I wanted to. There's plenty of space everywhere. All around it. Main thing that I try to do when I scape is keep it off the edges of the glass. Plus it makes it a lot easier for cleaning the sand bed, which I like to take a turkey baster to. But what I think where this placement of the scape is, the final placement, I think I'll bring it more forward, just a little bit. Just to center it, and tiny bit left. See what I mean? Tiny bit left. And then plenty of space for an overflow box and whatnot up in here. And then the return up in here. That way I can have the return probably get an RFG nozzle on there, have it blowing on the rock. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. See how the flow plan goes. Also, this is a lot easier if you have it on eye level when you're building it. Also didn't build it too high because you got to think about, especially with SPS, they like to grow up. You want to make sure you have plenty of space for the corals to grow up. And I think I achieved that. All in all, you guys, I think I did a good job. Plenty of surface area to put corals on. Heck, even lower light ones can go on this big rock down here, the big base rock. Because I'm currently achieving, with my light, 350 par in the middle, and then on like the very ends is like 180. So it's like 350, 250, down to 180. So it's perfect. Alright guys, you see me struggle long enough. Let me know what you think down below if you like version 1 or this new version that's, you know, that I can't change anymore. Oh well, it happens when you Aquascape. There I go again. Aquascape. Scape. Alright, anyway. So when you Aquascape, sometimes it changes. Sometimes the design changes, but that's okay. As long as you achieve your goals and what you wanted to do with it, it's all alright. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to keep following this journey and you haven't subbed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I appreciate you all. Saltfish TV out. Oh yeah, so some things to take away from this video is if you're using this putty, after you mix it, make sure you have it ready to be applied to the rock, because within seconds it starts getting dry. And I had some issues with that, and I had to keep getting more. I had about 3 globs or whatever, they're already rock hard solid. Also, map out your aquascape, so you don't do what I did and have to improvise. But hey, if you improvise, then you know that's... I did manage to get that rock out. The one that was underneath this guy. Ooh. Almost looks like a floating shelf. What? Scape.